You are now watching the Real Channel.
Hi guys, and welcome to a new video on this channel. And today, I'll be revealing content for SpeedHog that was unused and scrapped. Also, be aware that some of the content that I'll be talking about might simply be lost media. And I don't know how much I can remember of these things, since most of them are from a long time ago, and some stuff are recreated from memory because of the lack of images, or it just not existing, or have been lost to time. Anyways, let's get this video over and done with. Okay, so since I'll be talking about scrapped SpeedHog content, I think it's best if I start off with the characters first. Boy Nick. The first scrapped character that I revealed on a quiz, along with the unnamed SpeedHog Thomas, which I'll get onto later. Anyways, the simple reason as to why he was scrapped from SpeedHog is because of it becoming more focused on Sonic and less of a parody, and it felt like Boynik didn't fit the style anymore, so the choice was made, and Boynik was officially scrapped. Also, he was one of those characters who would never receive a design, because of me not having an idea, or it just not being possible to make. And this image here that you're seeing now is just what it would have looked like if he'd actually got a design. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so the unnamed Thomas variant was in the thought process around the same time when SpeedHog was still a Sonic parody. The reason for why Thomas was scrapped was pretty much the same reasons as Boynik, basically not fitting the current direction for SpeedHog anymore, but also because of me not being able to think of a design for him. And also, if he was written into the story, he'd just be a background character, or just never appearing in anything. He was basically too complicated to adapt into SpeedHog, and like Boynik, he never got a design. That's all for the characters. Now let's move on to designs. So we all know that M6 used to look like this, right? Well, what if I told you that there was an even older design of him that looked like this? If you are now cursed with this image implanted inside your mind and can't look at M6 the same way again, to be honest, I can't even blame you. This design was scrapped because the quills looked horrid as fuck from the back. And because it also kinda looked like whatever that thing is. Okay, so at one point, I was gonna redesign Reels' mother and brother into fennec foxes, but that idea was short-lived, as it was scrapped due to me not feeling like they needed it. Also, here's the design of what Reels' mother would have looked like if she had been redesigned into a fennec fox. I was gonna give Reels 2 pigtails at one point, but like her mother and brother, it was short-lived. Unreanic's mother, before she was a rabbit, she was gonna be a red hedgehog, just like how Unreanic's dad is a blue hedgehog. But then that would question how Unreanic has a bunny ear, despite all of his parents being hedgehogs. So this was quickly scrapped. Now let's move on to outdated lore stuff. Originally, Spencer's death was gonna be more dramatic, with him dying in a battle with Dr. Ivor, and Miles witnessing the whole event happen, right in front of his eyes. This was scrapped because I felt that Unreanic's dad didn't have to die in a way that dramatic. Now on to the final bit. This is probably one of the most recent things scrapped in SpeedHog that I know of. So Speedway Incident would have introduced a new design for Unreanic and a new enemy. Basically, what would have happened would be like Lightning McQueen's crash in Cars 3, but with SpeedHog. And it would have explained why Blast Unreanic has bandages on his limbs. This was scrapped because 1, this felt overly dramatic. 2, it would be hard to explain. 3, it wouldn't work for something like SpeedHog. And 4, I don't think that Unry Nick needs something like that for an emotional moment. Anyways, yeah, that's all for this video. Bye, nerds!